So I know people are usually here for the juicy tabloid stuff, which we'll get to, but let me just deal with my personal issue with Liz Gale, who, listen, fine, listen, clearly she has a fandom. She's a pretty girl, she smiles. I do think she's an effective communicator sometimes. Uh, Trying to be the nicest, like say something good about the person. They get to some of the basics about the FBI and Scientology and some of the financial crimes of Scientology, but beyond the very, very basics, that the obvious that L. Ron Hubbard and Miscavige and Moxon or a bunch of evil grifters who steal the money and defraud people, beyond the very, very basics, she has nothing to say. And whenever she does speak or type, it's just moronic nonsense. So my main thing with Liz is, and well, it's two things. One is she doesn't seem to have a functioning brain, which I'm going to demonstrate very quickly. So Liz Gale seems to think it's funny to make fun of my family when I poke fun at Aaron's family and his, well, criminal fascist cult. Okay, Liz, this is not that hard, right? And first of all, you're getting things wrong, but let's be generous, and this is what's called giving over the argument. Namely, in logic, you can say, okay, I'm going to give you all the assumptions of your argument and show you're still wrong. So let's give your assumption, which I'm not doing, but let's go with your assumptions. So let's say I'm attacking Liz Gale's mother, which I'm not. Let's say for the sake of argument, that's what I'm doing. So Liz Gale's like this. Well, I'm talking about your family, you're talking about my family, we're people talking about people. I don't get it. I'm sure, Liz, you're that stupid, you don't get it. So it's like this. Her family, not hard, Liz Gale family got involved with an evil, vicious, fascist cult. They were part of vicious, fascist, evil cult. Okay, go to my mother. Was my mother a part of a vicious, fascist cult? No, to my knowledge, my mother was not part of a vicious, fascist cult. So you don't talk about her because it's logically not relevant. It doesn't make any sense, right? It's not that hard to understand. Let's say Liz Gale has a cat, right, as a pet, and then compare it to me, who does not at the current moment have a cat as a pet. This is Liz Gale's logic saying, you got a pet, I got a pet, you got a cat, I got a cat. I don't understand the big deal, but I don't have a cat. Now, I talk about people, you talk about people, but I don't have a cat. That's how stupid she is. It's like, no, Liz, my mother was not a part of Scientology, to my knowledge, nor part of any vicious fascist cult. You were. So the reason I can talk about you is because you were part of a vicious fascist cult. My mother was not. See? X, not X. Let me repeat that. X versus not X. Simple logic. Has nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with my mother or cats. And I'm sure, I understand. I'm sure you're that stupid. You don't understand. X versus not X. Okay? It's not that hard, but apparently you don't seem to understand the basics. But yeah, you're really scummy for doing that. And let's get to more of the tabloid scum. And now, to be fair here, I cannot confirm this. So you're going to have to go with whether you believe this or not. It is credible given what they've done, but you'll have to decide for yourself. And I'm working on a Nora video. There were so many lies in her other video. This is not the recent video about Zero Dark Tony. This is how bat crazy Aaron and his SPTV has become. Because last year, guys, clock it. Last year, Nora was on Aaron's side and hated Zero Dark Tony. And at that time, me, yes, she includes me, Zero Dark Tony, and Alonzo were somehow tied together into an OSA conspiracy. Right, that was Nora last year around this time. She was that crazy and stupid. Now, granted, I know she was play acting. She didn't mean anything. This was just her being dumb. Oh, by the way, just to tie it into Liz Gale, and like, hey, dummy, watch your step, okay? Better watch what you're doing. So Nora, being the smooth brain that she is, decided to mock another person, Stephanie. Again, I want to be very clear, I'm not a big fan of Stephanie, but she did expose a lot of things about Aaron, which turned out to be true. Anyway, so Smooth Brain decides to have fun and say, oh, I'm going to make fun of Stephanie's husband. But see, it wasn't Stephanie's husband, it was her son, who apparently is disabled. That's right, Nora tried to mock Stephanie's husband, but ended up making fun of the kid who was disabled. That's how genius these people are and how morally good they are. Alrighty then, so that's Nora and Liz Gale in a nutshell. At least last year, they were willing to attack totally innocent family members, even children, for the Aronis cult. That's them. But somehow I'm as bad. No, we're never going to be at a situation where I'm as bad as you two. Okay, let's get that straight. I've done terrible things in my life. I've never done that. But you guys have. Because you're stupid. Okay, so now let's get to the tabloid stuff. And again, to be fair, they've changed a little bit. This was the early years of the, crisis between Mike Rinder and Aaron. And let's be fair, both sides got very partisan, got very polarized. So the pro Aaron people, which was Liz and Nora, and again, to be fair, some of this is very normal. It is normal cringe. So apparently, Nora and Liz Gale, to pump up their own videos and presentations, created phony accounts to say, hey, Nora's going to go live or Liz is going to go live. But the mods, and this is one of the mods, this is Miss J, she was modding for these channels like, we know it's you. It's the same person. We can see your number. So even though the names are different, you're using alternative accounts. We know it's you. We know it's the same person. Now, I want receipts. She didn't provide any, so this is speculation, but it does sound credible. Now, again, this is normal internet stuff. You're going to create fake accounts to talk to yourself, whatever. I try not to do that. I think that's pretty silly. Like having your chat filled with 5 versions of yourself, that just sounds kind of dumb. But apparently Liz Gale and Nora rose to the occasion, like, we're going to do propaganda for ourselves. Okay, fine. Whatever. Then, because Liz Gale is on a roll being dumb, defended at least early on, although now she's like, guys, I'm just neutral. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Jenna, Aaron, I don't know. I don't understand. She does that a lot. Guys, I just don't understand. I'm really dumb. Right. Well, maybe if you're that dumb, don't say anything. But no, she's smooth brain all the way. So when the early warning signs of the Jenna Aaron thing being a moronic propaganda Frankenstein monstrosity that it turned out to be because Jenna confirmed it in her own series of videos, which she kept up for a while, then took away. So yeah, she admitted, which was pretty obvious, that Aaron is a abusive liar and a piece of garbage, which we all knew. We all knew this. But Liz, of course, had to be the smooth brain and defended the relationship. Like, guys, yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, he's married and technically she's a mistress. Oh my God, love is love. I'm Liz Gale. And I feel like a complete moron. So apparently she made the Discord server they were part of a complete clown show, and they had to leave, guys, because it got so toxic with the hatred of Aronis. And again, Liz Gale being the moronic conspiracy theorist. Liz, I'm not part of that Discord. So you can search your Discord for all you like and your screenshots. I am not on Discord, not part of that. So this is a totally independent person just laughing at your silliness. Now, granted, Liz Gale is kind of a victim here because Aaron, that's what he does. He lies to everyone. So I'm sure she was not aware of some of these things that Aaron has done. But now that it's all out in the open, her response is, guys, I'm going to take a vacation to find myself. I'm just going to take a vacation. Right. Well, this must have been a very short vacation because only a few weeks later, she's in my comment section making fun of me, insulting me. That's her on vacation. Guys, I just got to think through. I mean, love is love. It's like, it's very confusing. I guess, like Aaron and Jenna, it's okay. I mean, yeah, fascist cults are okay because, my friends join them. Okay, so what's the best thing we can say? Well, Liz Gale formally left the SPTV Foundation. Hopefully, the SPTV Foundation will actually give us a financial statement where the money's going. I don't think it will, though, because, Aaron is evil and he's a criminal. But we'll see what's happening. So anyway, but again, I'm not really part of this Discord incident, so I can't verify the information. I just am so busy and overwhelmed with life stuff, I can't really be active with the Discord thing. So I don't know, but I will try to look into it. But apparently it was a clown show, and Liz Gale and Nora got exposed as propagandists, and then they had to leave because they couldn't control the whole Discord. And for months and months, they're like, this Discord is just so toxic with its facts. Guys, I'm Liz Gale. I don't do facts. Okay? I'm Liz Gale. What do you think I do here? Yeah, okay. But anyway, she's not as bad as these other people. I'd have to give her that. She's not as vicious as Aaron or as evil. But really, I mean, you're doing propaganda for a vicious, fascist, moronic nonsense. I mean, that doesn't make you a good person. But somehow doing vicious propaganda for a vicious, evil cult makes her good. How? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't want to know. But there we go. So there's some spilling of the tea on Liz Gale and Nora. Don't trust them, but I can feel sorry for them because it's kind of pathetic. They wasted all these years propping up a madman and his insanities for what? I guess a little bit of money and fame, I guess. But I mean, Aaron is not Tom Cruise here, so it wasn't even a big famous person. It was just a moronic minor internet celebrity.